Here's a little time-lapse footage of the moving of this Bridgeport that I just bought. You see me there in the dark blue jacket. Got my friend Sean there in the black. And then the guy in the lighter blue is the seller of the Bridgeport. His name's Howard. So I had brought a set of 2 machine skates and a big pry bar on wheels to try to use. And then Howard there had a set of 4 machine skates and an even bigger pry bar on wheels. So we tried to use what he had, but you'll see here it didn't go too well or as good as we had hoped. Right here we're just getting the machine prepped. He had the head of it turned, as you see it right there, before I got there, and I wanted to finish rotating it so it would be straight up and down, and just get the table centered up and just really try to distribute the weight as evenly as possible for moving it. That's all we're doing right there. Just getting everything locked down and secure in position. I had him break out a broom and a blowgun here to try to get the floor as clean as possible for rolling this thing across. I knew from experience if it caught any little piece of trash, it was going to stop us. So yeah, every time we tried to move it with the set of skates that Howard had there, they just wanted to keep turning because they were on like a swivel pad. They wanted to keep turning and falling out and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't work too well. I think it's just because the weight distribution of this machine is not 100% on each corner. So we ended up switching to the 2 that I brought in the front, you see there, and just using the Johnson bar in the back to push it the rest of the way, which worked pretty good going straight anyway. Now we're just trying to maneuver it at the doorway, and I'll change positions here in a second. We had a couple challenges to work with. On top of everything it was pouring that day. You'll see here. And then the other thing, which you can't really tell in this video, but the driveway was like a decline, probably a 30-degree decline down into his garage there. So it was a little sketchy trying to get the machine up on the ramp. First of all, it's a lift gate ramp there. So that was at probably a 30-degree angle itself, and then the inside of the truck floor there was obviously the same angle. So we kind of struggled. Here you'll see. I wrapped it up in plastic, obviously, to try to protect it from the rain. With the front half of that machine being the heaviest part of the whole thing, with the table and the motor and everything, the plan was to put that up on the lift gate first, up as close to the rear of the truck as possible, just because of the security of the lift gate itself. It seemed like the rearmost part of it was probably the flimsiest part of it, or the weakest part of it. So using the ratchet straps there, we just slowly and surely got it closer and closer and tried to secure it enough, lifted it a little off the ground, put another strap up above just to help secure it. What we decided to do was secure the machine enough with the ratchet straps to be able to lift the lift gate up off the ground about a foot. And then ultimately I drove the truck up the driveway just a little bit to a more level surface where we lifted it up the rest of the way and kind of scooted it into the truck afterwards. Probably not the safest thing to be doing, but we felt that it was kind of better doing it that way than trying to get the machine to go uphill into the truck itself. So finished lifting the machine up, and you got to work it up over a couple ribs in the truck there, and all that diamond plate that they had down. So that wasn't easy. I wish I had brought the round bar with me, but I thought those skates would be the best case, so I left the round bar at home. Just took a bunch of this and we got it up in there, and then once it was on the smoother part of the floor, it went easier. But GoPro battery died about right here. So here's some pictures when we brought it back to my shop and dropped it, and then used the round bar to get it in a position, which went so much easier. But yeah, here's just some shots of it in my shop once we got it in position. But that's about it. So I'm actually going to put together a part 3 to this little video series. Just a little bit more in-depth overview of the machine and kind of some of the history on it. So keep an eye out for that one. Thanks.